Hi all, this is a common problem that I want you to watch, please, and pay attention to, especially if you're designing something for a client or a professional printer. See on my logo here how the word or the words Sorial Illustrations is still a font, and how you can tell that is because it has a single line underneath that is text on a path. Okay, now I could take the T key on this and zoom in and say to myself, well, you know what? The space between the I and the O and the O and the L needs editing before I do what I'm about to do, because I'm going to convert all these to paths. And here's the issue. If I have this font, and here's my character palette, this is Mirrored Pro. Let's just say for some reason that the client or the printer doesn't have the same font face, the same typeface that you do. When this opens up on their machine, it could default to anything. So how would you like it? And I'm saying, how would I like it if I sent this job to a client and somehow, instead of that being I'm sorry, it was ATC Tradewinds. Okay, but what if it wasn't ATC Tradewinds? What if on their machine it opened up like Arial? Now, that's how it might open up on their machine. Wouldn't that be horrible? I mean, that's not anything like I want. And look at how the S is way close. It's too close to the end of the banner. I mean, it looks horrible. That's how it would open up on their machine. And that's how they would think that that's what it was supposed to do. But that's not what it was supposed to do. I was hoping it would open up on their machine like that. So how do you prevent that from happening when you can't be sure what typeface they have on their computers? This is how you do it. First, and this is like a duo demo, but I want you to see in Illustrator and Photoshop that if I want to close the space down, it's called kerning here. Okay, if I want to close the space down between the S and the A, all I have to do is click between them. Now the cursor is flashing, and I hit Option and left arrow, and you can see how Option or Alt and left arrow actually can close the space down or open up the space. So see how the S and the A and the U look kind of good, but the I, the O, and the L are too far apart? So I'm going to actually click over here between the R and the I, and I'm going to go Alt or Option, 2 clicks. Then I'll click over here and I'll close the space down between the I and the O. Okay, so you be very visual you be very visual towards how it looks. Because, and here's the thing, now that you have it correct, go to File and Save As and change the name, because this is what I'm about to do. And I would not want to do this on my original file. Okay, so I'm going to grab it with the Direct Select tool. I'm going to grab all the text with the Direct Selection tool. And I'm going to go to Type, and I'm going to go to Create Outlines. Now, do you see how it's no longer a font and it's simply a path? As a matter of fact, I'm going to Command or Control Z back. I want you to look over here in this, let me see where it is in the layer palette. See on this layer palette right here how, let me see if I have it there. It is in the banner. Now, do you see how over here, in here, this is the word Sorial Illustrations, right? Okay, it even says in the layer Sorial Illustrations because that's what I typed. So I'm going to click the circle over here. Now, keep your eye over here. When I let go or do Shift Command 0, watch what happens to the word Sorial Illustrations over here. Do you see how it went to the word group? And do you see how it's all of these compound paths that make up now the new word Sorial Illustrations? So I would have to click over here and retype it as, just so I knew what it was. So there's Sorial Illustrations the way that I know it is. Now I'm going to have to do that to the quality rendering up here. Now, the quality rendering up here is this one. See how I'm clicking on it? So on the Saved As version, I would again go to Type and Create Outlines. Now, I can't do it there because it's not actually selected. See how it's grayed out See how it's grayed out right there? So I have to click on the circle for it over here. Okay, or I could have used the direct selection tool and clicked right on like one of the characters. Now it's going to be available to me. Now you see how that has turned into paths. This is the file I would give to the client, because now there's no fear of the fonts being misinterpreted. Okay, that's what I want you to do. And remember, now if you want to resubmit your files to me after you have done this, but don't do it on your original, save as to a different name, I would really like to see that you've gone through the process of converting all your fonts to paths. Thanks.